wherever you're watching from. This is coming to you live from Lagos. So I'll say good evening from here. So I have with me two persons, Funke and Francis Watch. Funke is the lady who was arrested alongside others for joining a candlelight procession for Mohbad in Ijebu. Funke was spent some days. She spent days in detention center, and then she's here to tell us a story. Uh, I think first of all, I'll ask the two of you to just say hello to everybody, and then you take it from there. Funke will take it away from there. So let's start with Funke. People want to hear your voice.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Obikoya Ulufunke.
Okay, you're welcome. So
Thank
let's
you so
have
much.
the second guest, the man with
Yeah, good
red
evening.
scarf.
Good evening, everyone, viewers. My name is Francis Wampa, National Secretary of Youth Rights Campaign. Good evening to
Okay,
you.
that's great. You're welcome. So let's have the story from Funke. Uh, Good evening once again. Tell us the story. You joined candlelight procession for Mohbad, and then it resulted in something that everybody is worried about. Why should participating in a candlelight procession result in or land you in detention center uh, at all? What exactly happened? Tell us the true story.
Sure, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Obikoya Ulufunke. So on the 21st of September, 21st of September last month, so my friend informed me about the candle lights. It wasn't a tribute peaceful walk for Mohbad, the peaceful walk for Mohbad. So around 3 p.m. It was supposed to start around 2, but I went there around 3 p.m. So she told me that the dress code is black and black because I don't used to stay in Ogun State like that due to work. So I
Looks like there's a network glitch
Yeah,
over there.
there's a
Maybe
glitch
she
there.
had a call. It's possible a call came in on her device. Uh,
It could be.
okay, let's
Oh,
just hold on a little for her to join back. But while we are waiting
okay.
for her, I don't know if Comrade Francis has update for us with respect to the trial because she was. We understand that some charges were pressed against her and the rest. Uh, what information do you have so far?
Well, it's not. It's all over the news. The trial is coming up on the 11th, which is this Wednesday, at
Okay.
the Igbeba Court, Magistrate Court, in Ijebu. And the police had charged her and several others with felony,
Hmm.
uh, a breach of public peace, and
Hmm.
cultism for just participating in a peaceful walk
Hmm.
to honor Mohbad, who was, who we lost on the 12th of September, 2003. And it's quite unfortunate that the same police who claim to be carrying out investigation to unravel the death of Mohbad is now the one that is clamping down on people who are showing tribute to Mohbad. It shows that the Nigerian police, just like we've said over time, cannot be trusted. Such police does not have respect for civil liberty, does not have respect for civil rights, for fundamental human rights. The Nigerian police is known for gross abuse of the rights of citizens. And what happened in Ijebode is another example, another episode of the antecedents of the tradition of the Nigerian police. The Nigerian police is ready to clamp down on whoever that's, I mean, the right for peaceful assembly, I mean, is gradually being thrown away. That people can no longer gather, people can no longer protest. I mean, we saw what happened in Lekki, where people who had procession, I mean, we are assembling to even go ahead and have a peaceful procession at Lekki, and the police went there and started shooting. I mean, it shows the level at which the Nigerian police has degenerated, and the Nigerian
Hmm.
police, I mean, over time has shown that they are just tools in the hand of the ruling elite to carry out the commands of the ruling elite. So when the ruling elite gives them order, go and shoot people, go and disperse people. I mean, the Nigerian police is, I mean, no longer follow the right, no longer understand or no longer apply the rights, of citizens, to disobey or disregard such order. So what they do is that once such order is given to them, they go ahead and they shoot and kill and maim whoever that is present at that particular time. And I think that it is high time Nigerians and Nigerian youth begin to rise against this. The police cannot hold us hostage in our own country. The right to protest, the right for peaceful gathering is well enshrined in under the Section 40 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I think that the police should honor this and they begin to call themselves to order.
Thank you so much. People would really like to know how many of these people were arrested, because so far we only know about Funke. We know about others, but we don't have the exact number. It's also likely that there are other people who faced similar challenges or uh, troubles in other locations across the country, because you recall too that police actually fired canisters of tear gas at some processioners at the Mori Okola Park on the day the candlelight happened in Lagos as well. Allegedly, that the processioners extended towards toward, I think we have Funke back, towards the Lekki toll gate. And as a result, they decided to start dispersing them using canisters of tear gas. So, because police as exact, Funke, are you there? Can you hear me? Hello, Funke, can you hear me? I guess she's still struggling with connection. I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe it's a data issue or network issue. I don't know. I think she's in a Jebode at present.
Yes. Yes.
The
She is.
governor of Ogun State should please work on network in that state, because it looks like it is not only road that has problem in Ogun State. Network also has problem. Electricity has problem. Everything has problem.
The-
Even police now has
the-
problem too. Police is arresting people just for holding tribute work. Everything has problem. There's nothing I've seen in this world that
mm,
doesn't have problem in Ogun State. Sorry about your
well,
plight, Funke. Yes. So we
mm,
hope you connect back. So as I
she will.
was explaining and trying to also build a question from there. So do you have idea how the police, is trying to draw crime or offenses out of people's rights to assembly or gather? Because on that particular day, apart from what we heard in the news, we don't even know yet in how many other places that such things happen, that they probably don't even have network or access to reach out to the public. You would recall too that during the NSAS, it took days and some random visits to prison centers before people started knowing that some persons were actually arrested and locked up in respective detention centers without access to any lawyer or anybody to even tell. So you will just start happening at people randomly in the various detention centers before you know that people were actually arrested from a particular protest or procession. You're welcome back, Funke. We lost you for a moment. I guess she's still having trouble with network. It's sad. It's so sad. Really sad. She's just there and frozen. Okay, so as I was asking you while she's trying to sort that out, um, do you have idea, perhaps across different locations across the country, perhaps other persons were also arrested and just trumped up charges like this, like the one in Funke's case. Are you expecting something like that to happen, or you don't believe there could be other cases like this?
Let me say that the arbitrary arrest of police of a youth by police has is a daily thing. When you go to the bus stop, you go to our communities, you see police raids, arrest youths for no just reason. Uh, at night, even within my community, at night you will see police raids bike bike men, and I mean in a very brutal way. Double crossing them with vehicles and hitting them into the drainage and all that,
Mm.
just to pick their bikes and all that. And this has become a tradition for the Nigerian police. So if uh, 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 Funke had not gone on Instagram to report, to tell the world her plight, and some of us who are interested party, in this matter, had picked it up, perhaps nobody would have heard about this. As I speak to you, the seven other people who were arrested and facing the same trial with Funke are still living in fear. They are being coerced. They are being, I mean, of course, the level of political consciousness of some of these of our youth also, comes to play. They are being coerced. They are being intimidated, never to come out and speak up, not to say anything about what is happening. As a matter of fact, Funke, who has been speaking up, has been under serious castigation, from different quarters, including from even from the law enforcement, agents and all that. I mean, threatening that she would be returned to prison and all that, and all that. So these are just means of trying to make her not to talk, not to speak up. But the truth is that the matter is now public, and definitely some of us have gotten ourselves involved in it. The youth right campaign is involved in it, and so many other parties are involved in it. As a matter of fact, we are sending a lawyer, to represent her, on Wednesday, and also young youths and members of some of our comrades will be mobilized to be at the court on that particular day to also show solidarity, with her and the other youths that were arrested. And this is to pass a message to the Nigerian police that it is a crime for police to arrest people and allege them for crime they do not know. What is the interest of the Nigerian police if these young people are sent to prison, the over congested prison that we are having in Nigeria, and young people who never committed any crime are being alleged, are being charged with felony, with courtism? I mean, this is the height of wickedness. How can a father and a mother, this Nigerian police, this police, they call themselves father and mother. You pick another person's child, you allege him for what he did not commit, just to send that person to jail. I mean, this is terrible. So it has become a tradition. The Nigerian police has shown over time that they have no soul. Most of the Nigerians, they have no soul, because nobody is going to pick up somebody's child. Youths between 20, 21, 22. You allege them for crime they do not commit, and you send them to jail. I mean, this is terrible. It is terrible. So there are so many youths, here and there, which, I mean, a lot of people might not even be aware. Don't forget that after NSAS, after the attack, Obibu attack, in River State, it took almost 2 months before a particular NGO got to know that a lot of about 40 something people were arrested. We are taken all the way from River State and taken somewhere a prison somewhere in the north and locked up there. They did not allow them to have access to contact their family. Most of them were women, and all that. So it has become a tradition in Nigeria where people are being arrested for no reason on top-up charges. They will just, lock them up, and some of them even die in the process and all that. So I think it is high time Nigerian youth should begin to build up the political consciousness that no matter what, you need to speak up. You need to cry out. If Funke had not cried out, most of us will not know. This thing happened as far back as the 21st of September. I mean, I look at when our intervention is coming in and all that. If not for our intervention, Funke would. I'm sure they would have what Nigeria police is going to do, which is their normal way of being, is to go to court on Tuesday on a Wednesday and establish, perhaps ask the courts to remand them in prison again for investigation, that they want to continue investigation, and leave them to languish in prison and all that. And I find this worrisome that an institution like the Nigerian police, could could has no respect and regard for human rights, and such an institution cannot be trusted, to carry out a detailed investigation as to what happened to Mohbad, because what they are interested is to shut the world out of the truth of what actually transpired and how Mohbad was killed. And if young people who came out to pay tribute to Mohbad are being handcuffed, I don't know if you watched the video of how they were being handcuffed, sent to prison and all that. I mean, then what about the prime suspect? The prime suspect to this particular event, were they handcuffed? And this is what we were trying to establish the other day. Look at people. I was
Yeah.
I, I was saying it. The police wanted to arraign. You want to arraign people. You handcuff them. They are suspects. You handcuff them. You treated them like common criminals. But the suspects, Naramari and Sam Larry, were escorted and given bodyguards out of the courts. And this is what we are trying to establish on the other day. That this selective way of treating suspects, I mean, it has ridiculed the Nigerian police and made the Nigerian police look as an unserious institution that is not ready. I mean, they're not ready to meet up with international best practice of policing.
I would ask you lastly for now, so that we can reach out to her and be sure everything is all right. Um, this looks like, would you say there were gains from NSAS, the last NSAS, uh, uprising? Because after the NSAS uprising, you would expect that the police would sit up, and then you would not see things like this happening again. Would you say, well, the NSAS had gains, or would you say the gains are already being reversed shortly again after that, while we are still dealing with the relics of the NSAS uprising? And now police is still randomly picking people up, framing them for Trump charges, and all of these things you are seeing as just happened with Funke and others who were equally, assaulted with canisters of tear gas on the day at Muriokonla Park. So, would you be able to do an assessment of the gains of the NSAS uprising, given this development so far?
From the look of things, no lessons were learned by the Nigerian police and the ruling elite in Nigeria. One would expect that after the NSAS protest, that a serious government would begin to look at the pains, of the Nigerian youth. A serious government will begin to look at how to ensure that police is reformed. The policemen and women are given the right treatment they deserve, are paid a proper wage. That one will expect that the political class will begin to look at the human rights violations of within the police force. But look at what happened. The entire what do you call it? The entire panels that were set up in various states were thrown away. The only one that was seen through was the one in Lagos, and that was because of the fight that was put against by our comrades. That we must get to the end of this matter. Look at in all of the states, including Anambra, where the most that perpetrated the worst police killing and brutality in Okuzo SARS, I mean, was thrown out, and all that. So you will see that the ruling elite just use the panel just to shut people up and say, okay, don't worry. I mean, don't worry. Come and testify. At the end of the day, none of those panel had any. It did not see the light of the day and all that. So you see that the ruling elite never learned any lesson. They never had the intention of reforming the police. They never had any intention, of
Mm.
ending police brutality. It was just to keep the people busy while they continue their looting and all that. And so the onion lies on the Nigerian youth to begin to see that ultimately police brutality cannot end without a system change. The capitalist system, is a system that is designed to continue to oppress, continue to use the police as a tool to hold down the people.
Yeah, I
Why
think
Okay,
sorry to cut it there. I think we really
okay,
need to check on Funke now to be sure she's all right and everything is fine with her. She's not
all right,
connecting back, and really need to check on her. Sorry, everybody,
all
we have to end the broadcast at this point so we can check on our guests today. She's not been able to connect back, and then we are worried. Sorry about the abrupt ending of this show. We'll come back once we are sure everything is fine with her. We'll come back again. Sorry about the break in transmission.